Good morning, everybody. We're back again here on Sports Chat.
Everyone's always right for an upset in the first round because those teams that they're playing are conference champions.
If somebody can afford to pay me $120 million, how much money you think they got?
How much money do you think they got if they can give me one? I love it. Hey, hello, everybody. We're back here live on Sports Chat. We got John. We got Ron. What's up, guys? How's everything? Happy New Year to both of you. What's going on?
Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Hey, man. Y'all doing it? When last time I think I was on was Michigan Ohio State Day. That's almost
Yeah, that was November.
Last time I was on. That's last time I was on. So
yeah.
Lot to talk about.
Go to the party. Start your party.
Yeah. A lot to talk about, man.
There's so much going on, man. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful thing. First of all, let's get right to it. We got the CFP that's been going on. They're down to the Final Four now. You got Oregon, Indiana. Then you got Ole Miss, and who's the fourth? Miami. That's right. Ole Miss and Miami. All right. So, John, who you got, man?
Well, I'm gonna start by saying this: if I'm gonna nickname you Nostradamus, if you had Indiana, Miami, Oregon, and who else?
Ole Miss.
If those were your Final Four at the beginning of this season, send me your lottery number picks because I think you very, very good at predicting the future. No Ohio State, no Georgia, no Alabama. Unbelievable. I honestly, I think that with this NIL being in full swing and with the transfer portal, you might want to get used to seeing Final Fours like this now, where the big guys can no longer just stack all of the talent. There were times when Alabama would have 5 stars, 3rd and 4th on their depth charts. And now this talent is being spread throughout the country. And so I think it's a beautiful thing. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen a more diverse Final Four in football, and I love it. Obviously, I live in Big Ten country, so to be perfectly honest with you, as a Michigan fan, I was cool with anybody winning this championship, but that team from Columbus. Long as they don't win.
Columbus, where is Columbus? What you talking about?
Columbus, Ohio. You know that team. They call us that team up north. That team down south. I'm gonna call it that team down south. Long as they don't win, I don't care who wins this championship. But no, in all seriousness, obviously Big Ten representative. So what I love about the fact is that there is by Oregon playing Indiana that we're guaranteed a Big Ten finalist. So I would love to see Indiana win it all. But something in me would love to see Miami win as well. So I'm riding with the Hoosiers, but I wouldn't be disappointed if Miami won the championship.
All right, Ron, what you got, Ron?
Well, I echo a lot of what John said there. I think the competitive balance has shifted. The NIL has made it possible for the things he mentioned. So no need to rehash that. I think that there's a few things with with the process of the transfer portal that can probably be tweaked a little bit just to protect the integrity of the rosters as you get toward the end of the season, just with the dates and things like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the game is still the game once they get in between the lines, right? I mean, we saw some, exciting football, competitive. The Dogs fell short. Their defense was a little light. they had the opportunities, but that's the beauty of college football. I mean, it's always exciting, it's fun. There's a lot of stories and stuff. The quarterback from Ole Miss had a very interesting story.
Ferris State, John. Ferris State.
Yeah. So it's good to see. It's good to see that. And that's one of the beauties of college football. Whether you root for Michigan or Georgia or Oklahoma or whomever your team may be, the game is always the game, right? Once they start playing. All the financial parts of it and all the, we can debate, the free agency of it all, at another time. But right now it's really just about, enjoying the competitive football and, seeing these kids really in the prime of their life play, at the highest level. It's amazing, man. These guys, man. I watch Indiana. I am so impressed with their coach. I think a lot of times the quality of a coach is underrated to some degree. But I mean, they're so disciplined, well coached. They play, good solid defense. They run the ball. They throw it when they need to. I mean, he's kind of put together everything. They don't make a lot of mistakes, penalties. Like they're just very, very, very well coached. And I also think the thing that's most exciting for me with him is that they're so prepared. I mean, they were so prepared for Alabama, right? I mean, they were like, listen, we spanking them today, and they did. I mean, they came out and spanked them. Like, you know what I mean? Most teams kind of fold up.
That's been Indiana though for the last 2 years under Signetti. They come well prepared.
Yeah, he's done.
They don't make a whole lot of mistakes. Here's the thing. I was online and I seen it was another podcast kind of like us.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys were saying about stop saying that Indiana is a Cinderella just because they're known as a basketball school, because they do have the resources and the money.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And so again, the thing is, you got what you put in the mixer, right? It's got to come up as a good product. And so some people hit, some people miss.
And right now, and the way they played, building toward the playoff and out into the playoff, winning the way they are, none of that matter. People's opinions about how they got there doesn't matter. Right now, you got to stop. I mean, because the thing I realized coming out of that game the other night with them was, their confidence got to be like up here, because they're like, they say, we see how we just stomped Alabama. Look out. And if they play the way they played against Alabama, where they ran the ball effectively, they had a couple running touchdowns, a couple throws, they played good defense, no penalties. I don't think they had any turnovers. Like, if they play like that, I mean, they're gonna be tough to beat, man. So I wasn't really that impressed with Oregon. I mean, I know they beat Texas Tech and stuff, from the Big 12 and all. Texas Tech played good, solid defense. That game was like the battle of the rich guys, right? Because Texas Tech has a big donor now, and you see them winning other NCAA sports because they've just had a big influx of money.
Yeah, they got the money coming in too.
Yeah. So they made their first attempt at it, and then obviously the resources that go behind Oregon. But to be honest, if I'm Indiana, I could see them stopping Oregon, beating them just like they did Alabama. To be honest, Oregon is not that dangerous to me. They don't.
My thing is with Indiana that I just hope now that they don't get overconfident in the fact that they know they went to Oregon and smacked them.
Yeah.
Beat Oregon and Oregon, because I always talk about the hard to beat a person twice scenario when it comes to college football anyway. But again, the confidence should be higher. We beat you, but now we're even beating you for more at stake. So it should be interesting there.
Yeah. Be a tough road for Oregon. I don't think they're ready for. I mean, because when you play a team early in the season, the teams just get better. They learn and grow.
Yeah.
So by the time now, I just think Indiana's. They got every gear ship running. They're running on. So we'll see how it all turns out. In terms of Miami and Ole Miss, it's good to have the Canes back in a prominent position in college football. I think the world is kind of like, it's on the right. It's back on the right tip of its axis because. Having them out of it, they're a historic program. They got a long history, and it's fun to kind of have them back, kind of ascending to, where they've always been. The teams in the Southeast, like Miami, the Florida States, I think, they all recruit from the same pool as the SEC, so to speak. So, I mean, they're a Southeastern team. It's just good to get them back. They got a good, solid coach. They also were they were very well prepared.
You know what's funny with Miami, Miami is like hilarious to me because all their old guys come back and act like they're still in college, right? You got crazy Michael Irvin, right? You got Ray Lewis. They're on the sidelines. They're jumping around and hooping.
They support
like
that program.
Like they're still part of the team. I love it. I love it.
They support that program. They do.
Yeah.
I wish Michigan was more like that. You know, I think.
Yeah, again, it's all about the college atmosphere, right there. The rah-rah, the craziness, right? Michael got the belt on the sideline.
Listen, I love that stuff too. Listen, man, being young and being, at that time of your life, man, I mean, and being a part of a team like that, if you don't join a frat, your team becomes your frat. I mean, I've been out of college since I don't know. My basketball team still has an alumni game, and I still get invited, right? And so I'm glad they still invite me. You know what I mean? My college team. So I mean, and those guys are still my friends to this day. So you make friends that you carry with you.
Lifetime family, and they become family almost.
Yeah, my coach. Shout out to Coach Mike Long. He's one of the greatest college basketball coaches in the world. He got like 800 college wins or something ridiculous like that.
Well, let me ask you guys this.
Yeah, John.
What do you think now of? Because I think a lot of times recruiting has become lazy, and understand what I mean when I say this. I think a lot of these colleges simply rely on, because if you look at the composite rosters of Indiana and Alabama, I think they said they had 58 five-star players on their team, and Indiana had 6 or something like that. So do we overrate these recruits? Because I think a lot of times scouts, instead of going and actually seeing and scouting these players and deciding who's the best fit for the style of football we play, I think a lot of them just pick up those magazines, Athlon and what are those other, and just say, oh, hey, there's a 5-star. Go get him. There's a 5-star. Go get him. And they don't really mess with what you saw from Indiana. Most of that roster is from James Madison.
Yeah.
He brought from James Madison.
Yeah.
And here they are, the number 1 team in the country, number 1 seed, and the odds-on favorite to win the championship. I'm like, I think we have to scouts got to get back to doing their jobs and actually scouting these players. I
think though, in recruiting for years though, there's always your hit and misses, right?
Yeah, but you got
let's face it. High school is one thing, college is another, right?
No doubt.
And so to make that transition one issue, really think about it. Most of your guys that are when they're transferring now, they're older, right? The guys that they're sophomore, juniors, even seniors, right? And then the last few years, you had those guys who had the nugget of the COVID year, right? So you're adding older players. The thing is, the young ones are transferring and stuff really without playing. So they haven't really done anything yet.
Well, I'm just saying, just from the standpoint of if you look at, I would guesstimate, and I don't know this for sure, but I would guesstimate that the 3 programs that have stockpiled the most talent on paper, Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, all are sitting at home.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
My only concern, and has always been a concern for me, even back in the day, is that the layoff bites people too.
Yeah.
Because you haven't played in almost a month, whereas the other teams start out early playing, so they get their rhythm back, so to speak.
Well, that was definitely the case this year with the first round.
Like, what's the name? Texas Tech. Their defense was great the first half, but they was on the field all day because the offense was terrible, right? Yep. But they didn't have no rhythm because they haven't played since they got that bye, right? I think maybe you get rid of the bye. What winning your conference to get you maybe is a home game, right? But you get rid of that bye, and maybe that may make a difference. I don't know.
Well, in order to get rid of
layoff is a lot.
In order to get rid of the bye, you would either have to reduce it to 8 teams or increase it to 16. 16, so it'll be a round robin playoff schedule.
Right. Well, I say, okay, teams,
you gotta have
just go to 16, throw 4 more teams in there, and go for it.
Well, let me just take a step back to the 5-star, 3-star, 4-star issue. I think, a couple of things have been proven out over the last couple of years. Indiana's a good example, John. The guys came from James Madison, well coached, disciplined. They've been around, they're a little older. Also, Coach Prime says it all the time. He's like, I don't care about 3-4 stars. Like, if the dude can play, he's a dog. We can train him and coach him up. I mean, you could think about, a guy like Travis Hunter went to Jackson State, right? He was a top player in the country.
Yeah.
And look at AJ DeBonsa in basketball at BYU. It really doesn't matter. Look at the kid from here, Ace Bailey, right? He went to Rutgers. I mean, it's that's a Power 4 conference, but at the same time, who's going to Rutgers? We would have been like going to Rutgers. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of that is overrated. There's a guy here that does football training for high school, and I probably sent him to y'all a couple of times. He's like, he's put hundreds of kids through the process in college and all that. He says, these guys get on Twitter and they're like, I got 45 offers and this, that, and the third. But are they really committable offers? You know what I mean? They go to some like the real ones, they might have 1 or 2 solid offers and the rest are just, hey, the coach showed some interest and they kind of got you on a list. But I think a lot of that is overrated because, we've all seen it over the time. We've been sports fans. Guys came out with all kinds of hype and they never really panned out to what they were. You can't measure a man's heart, I guess, right? So some of these kids, if your son is great in football, but he might not be made out for a locker room like a Miami, where he's going to have a guy like Michael Irvin in his face like, bro, he might not be cut out like
Michael Irvin, boy.
Yeah, well, he might need to go to a program where the coach that's more suited for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Michael Irvin on that sideline, he cracks me up, man.
So I think there's a lot of factors that go into whether a kid succeeds or not.
Absolutely.
So I think a lot of that.
Yeah. Well, and again, we understand the dynamic of these kids are 17, 18 years old, right? And so you're taking them away from home into they got the big spotlight on them, and they need time to mature. But here's the problem that I see is every year now, these guys are basically free agents.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
And so they got to come up with something that maybe locks you in more than just every year.
Yeah, I saw somebody this week. I forget who it was. It was the guy that does the football announcer. He used to play for the Panthers. Greg Olson. Greg Olson. He was talking about at the NIL, and he had a good point. He was like,
online though.
He said that I have no problem with the guys making money. I have no problem with the transfer portal as it exists. But he goes, what I would do though is because kids are basically holding colleges hostage or extorting money. He goes, listen, if you go to a school and you agree to sign an NIL deal, you can't. If you take the money, you're committed for 2 years, right?
Well, that's what I'm glad you said that because I didn't know how that works with the transfer portal. If somebody like Bryce Underwood, who allegedly was given, and I don't know if that's ever been proven, but allegedly was given $12 million in NIL money. Is that money his to keep, and he can still go and transfer somewhere? I don't know how that works.
I think all the colleges have their own like
their own setup. Yeah,
some of them have where the kid has to pay it back. Some there's all different. Every college has their own. That's why they say there's no governance to it. It's kind of like the Wild West. But that's why people hey, we got to put some type of structure in place where, okay, it goes to a clearinghouse. The clearinghouse okays the NIL deal. But hey, Mr. Jones, if you commit to Michigan, and Michigan's going to give you $5 million, and you're going to sign for it, you got to be there at least 2 years, right? Like you can't.
Yeah, they gotta put something on there.
Yeah, and then Bama comes along and says, hey, we'll give you 15. Okay, like I mean, what are we doing here, right? Like because obviously there's some schools who got more money than others, and I want to raise a point. I did read this week that Michigan State has some big donors that
$400 million.
They're about to drop a lot of bread into the program
for this sport. Actually, they have a program now that they're calling it the $1 billion plan.
Oh yeah,
where they're looking to get $1 billion donated to them for their sports program. Well, so that $400 million was part of the billion project.
If I'm Michigan State, I'm looking at Indiana and thinking, hey, there's no reason why we can't do that.
No reason at all.
There's no reason. I've been on the campus at East Lansing. Listen, man, they got top-notch facilities.
They got all the resources.
They got all of the there is no excuse for Michigan State football to be as bad as it's been these last couple of years. Now we saw them stick their head up during the
with D'Antonio
during the D'Antonio era, and that was great. But for them not to be able to have some sort of
and that John, that's the key. That's the key. Is are you going to be a one or 2 year wonder, or are you going to be sustainably
I think
good?
With the NIL collective, I think with the way the rules are now, it should be a lot easier for teams like Michigan State and Indiana to stick and stay, because money talks, brother. Let me tell you something. Money talks, and I mean, if you got the donors and you got the people that's writing the checks behind, they'll come. You'll get some of those.
I think what'll happen now too is those Alabamas and the Georgias and the Ohio State, they'll always be competitive, right? But I don't think no one will any longer dominate.
You seeing it with Bama
the way
now?
It's set up now.
They'll
be good. They'll be good.
You won't see that Nick Saban level of dominance anymore.
Right. And so the fans, we the fans have to readjust our thinking and our ruling, because we're used to the dominating, right? Yeah. And I don't think that's going to exist. You'll still be good. Your name is what it is, but are you going to be good on the field is the question.
I'll give you an example right in my backyard. Georgia Tech, right, for the last 20 years have been right, but the NIL comes out, and there's a lot of Georgia Tech, prominent Georgia Tech graduates here in the Metro Atlanta area. But every other team in the SEC would come to Metro Atlanta and raid the cabinet for the players, right? The top-notch guys go to Georgia, they go to Alabama, they go to Auburn, they was going to Florida State, like blah 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 blah. Suddenly now, they start peeling this off, right? The mayor of Atlanta, mayor of Atlanta's got a lot of $1 billion buddies, right? You got judges, you got business people, all Georgia Tech graduates, right? So now, even my grandkids' principal, the Georgia Tech grad, be talking smack, right? And so there's a lot of money here that's associated with Georgia Tech, but now it's starting to free flow. Now some of them kids that you saw going to Georgia, now they're like, yo, I might go to Tech. I might get I'm serious.
Yeah.
I was watching the state championship game at Buford, who won the national championship. Shout out to the Buford Wolves, right? Undefeated season, they won the whole thing. But I saw how many guys they had on the sideline, and they were like, "Oh, this guy's going to Georgia Tech. He's going to Georgia Tech. He's going to Georgia Tech." I'm like, "What?" So now they're starting to keep some of those kids home, so that competitive balance. It's happening right here in Georgia.
Yeah.
Those dudes used to go to Georgia or go to Alabama
and Georgia Tech had a pretty decent season this year.
Yeah, they did.
And so I think your program, Herman, y'all got to get on the ball. Y'all got to get on the ball.
Think? Well, I think they'll be better with Fitzgerald as the coach. He's a good coach.
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure his players ain't doing no hazing in the locker room, but.
Georgia Tech.
But I mean, you think about Fitzgerald was winning at Northwestern.
Of Northwestern, yeah.
I mean, he had them competitive,
which is amazing,
year in and year out at Northwestern,
which
right?
is amazing.
Which always call himself they're the Ivy League of the Midwest, right?
Yeah.
Academically,
they won the Rose Bowl.
Academically, it's hard to get in.
Get into Northwestern, so he's not getting the athletes he can get at Michigan State at Northwestern, really.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But now here's the problem, though, because of the porter, who's going to stay around?
Yeah. Well,
and how do you go in and recruit? You can't make promises, because if you're making promises and you don't fulfill it, I'm out.
Listen, East Lansing is a nice place.
It's beautiful campus.
If I'm looking at if I'm Michigan State fans and alum, I'm looking at Indiana. I'm like, y'all, you are officially on the clock. Y'all, there's no excuse that a team from Bloomington, Indiana, I've never been to their campus, but I heard it's not the greatest for football. And I mean, Spartan Stadium holds what, 80,000 or
85,000?
85. You know what I'm saying? It's a legit program. It's like, y'all, I think they can step out of Michigan's shadow. Now, one disadvantage they have is that they recruit in the same areas as three of the biggest brand names in college football. You talk about Ohio State, Michigan, and Notre Dame. But with the way the NIL is going, with the way that you can build a program.
No, you had a resource. You had the resources.
You can build a
not
program.
Only that, you've always been catered to as being like your first option, right? They want the football team to be good.
Well, hey,
that's part of their process.
They have a $1 billion face to their
that's going to be that dynamic alone, right?
The Magic has a lot of rich friends, man. The guys he's bought these protein and those collectors with the
and that's Ron. That's an important point right there. If you can get the alumni involved in the recruiting, this Magic Johnson is a Spartan. Do you understand that? Do you understand? Magic Johnson, the Magic Johnson, is a
billionaire himself.
He's a Spartan. Bro, y'all, he ought to be on every recruit. I mean, obviously, I'm sure his time is limited, but I'm saying, I'm sure he would love to help to see that program, even though it's football. I'm sure he would love to lend his hand. I'm like Michigan, Tom Brady, bro, the GOAT in many people's eyes. The GOAT came from Michigan. Man, you better get him on the phone.
I see Derek Jeter at the Michigan games.
He didn't even go to Michigan.
He was planning to go to Michigan, and the Yankees drafted him.
Man, bro, Charles Woodson, Jeter
from Battle Creek, ain't he, or Kalamazoo? One of the two.
Kalamazoo. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
and so think about here's the thing. You got what's the kid name for Ole Miss? What's the quarterback?
Trinidad.
Right. Trinidad is at Ferris State, right?
Crazy.
I'm like, okay, this kid.
He's not
at Michigan. He's not at Michigan State. He's from D2 Ferris State.
Hey,
it's transfers into Ole Miss, and he was the backup. He didn't even go there to start.
Yeah, he didn't even come and start right away.
Trinidad Chambliss.
And look at him. He reminds me,
and he's good. That kid's good.
He looks like the kid from LSU. That's for the Commanders.
Jaden Daniels. I thought.
He looks like Jaden Daniels.
And he's a little thicker than Jaden too. He's got a little more weight on.
I think he's played him. He done played himself into a pretty high draft pick whenever he comes, because that type of mobility. Did you see? I'm saying he's got all the tools. Yeah. He's what I thought Bryce Underwood would be.
Listen,
and I ain't get up on Bryce yet, but
I can put a bow on the NIL talk right here. I saw an interview with Ed Ogeron the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Coach O's always got a good take. And they asked him, Coach, they said, what do you think about the NIL? He says, well, here's the difference. Here's what I think about the NIL. We used to have to bring the bag of money in the back door. Now we can just bring it in the front.
It's true, though.
I said, hey, man, that is the truth.
Now you said that, Ron.
Here's the blanket of it all is that the thing was back then, though, you had to be selective who you would bring the bag to.
Yeah, well.
Now you don't, right? You can offer it to whoever you want.
Well, but that's the thing. And it's and you know, this whole Big Ten SEC battle, who's the best conference, blah, blah, blah. I just find it interesting that once you became legally able to pay college players, right, that the SEC hasn't won a national championship since then. You know what I'm saying? It's coincidence? Who knows?
It's just like the federal output to the red states from the blue states. Mm-hmm. The northern states contribute more to the federal government.
They subsidize the red states.
Right, exactly. So those $1 billion people, you know, they're up there.
Hey, well, you take care of me, I'll look out for you, right? Hey.
I'm just saying, I just find it very interesting that once you could legally pay players, we're looking at possibly 3 straight Big Ten national champions. That's.
So what do you guys think of the dynamic of, you know, at your schools, you have an AD, but now you also have GMs. How that's gonna mesh together?
It's the professionalization of college sports. Is what it is. Because what do you have? You got free agency, aka the transfer portal,
and a lot of the players are hooked up with agencies themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah,
I mean, I'm okay with. I do think, and something Ron said earlier, that there should have been a few more guardrails around how these. Things,
how it went about.
You know, but the horse is out of the barn now. So
out the barn. Like, he's running loose.
It's America. That's America. That's America. So we'll see. But yeah, it's. I mean, you know, especially with there's talk of SEC and Big Ten expansion, even more so. I mean, Big Ten, we already got 18 teams. 18 in the Big Ten.
It's not the Big Ten anymore. It's just the big.
Yeah, right. So what you looking at? If this continues, you could be looking in 10 years, like with 2 major conferences. It could be AFC, NFC, basically.
Right. It's just, I can't, man.
But that's just where we are now, man. That's it's crazy, but that's just where we are now. It's the professionalization of college sports.
I know it's crazy because my son is now 26 years old with a wife and a business of his own. And he called me the other night. He's like, yo, Dad, I got 2 years of eligibility left.
Listen. Go get some of that NIL money. Who played 26 years ago? What was the quarterback? Chris Winkie?
Yeah,
Florida State.
Florida State.
26, 27 years old in college.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you can remember all the old dudes used to come out of BYU because they had to do their mission.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right. But now you do a mission and get a job and still come back.
Look here, bro.
Okay, so what do you since we're there, what do you think about the guy that was on the G League? He got drafted.
Going back to college.
Went to G League, now he's going back to play for Baylor, I think it is.
Yeah, they're gonna be dudes
probably getting a bigger check.
Right. Dudes going back to college, man. That is crazy. That's why Rodney said, he's like, bro, I got 2 years, because he was a COVID baby, right? And he was like, then he was like, bro, he graduated, then he went to Fitchburg State to play baseball. He didn't like the coaches up there, and he bounced. Well, he was like, man, because I got 2 years of eligibility left. I said, that's crazy to me. But okay, hey. But yeah, so it's gonna be bringing out some of the craziest stories that.
Well, tell them go to Kennesaw or Georgia Tech or something.
Yo, Kennesaw State, another program, bro. They won America something. one of their whatever conference they in, they beat Liberty. Who knew?
Hey, whatever happened to that kid from Georgia State whose father was the coach and he had to towards ACL doing an NCAA tournament? Remember?
Yeah. Celtics for a while.
Yeah,
Then
I think he got drafted.
He did, yeah, by Boston.
Yeah, okay. I was watching the Maine Celtics against somebody yesterday. G League game. It's like, oh my God. But again, the thing is, these leagues and stuff are out there. These players and stuff, they're out there.
Yeah. There's men's league, semi-pro guys playing, running around. Good Lord. I go to some of these high school games and I'd be like, yo, who is that guy? They'd be like, yo, he don't even play basketball. Or he don't even play football. And I'd be like, what? I mean, just the physicality. I remember when my kids moved to Georgia, and my kids they all played sports, but they was skinny. Right? They got here. I was like, why these kids look like grown people? You know what I mean? Like, and
right. Yeah, that's like this year, Deja goes to Bethlehem High School, and so they got some kid. I think he's supposed to be like 6'8".
Mm-hmm.
They supposed to be one of the better basketball teams. And I was like, who? I was like, well, Deja, who? So they was telling me about them. Then there's 2 other kids I know that went there. I was like, oh, I gotta go. But then those 2 transferred to Colony. I was like, oh. But I gotta go check this kid out. He's supposed to be really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
really good. But like you say, that jump from high school to college is huge, and the same from college to pro. Some people just don't pan out.
Bryce Underwood.
I just think the NBA, to me, the league is too young. Some of them guys are too young.
In the NBA?
The guys are so young. Matter of fact, G.G. Jackson, right? Now, remember, coming out of high school, he was supposed to go to Carolina. He switched and went to South Carolina, NIL type deal. He was big. He's only 21. He's on Memphis. He's been like a 2-way guy up and down from there, G League to the main squad. 3, but he's only 21.
Right. Their age is in their favor. It's almost like the way that with the NBA and all of the guys who go into the league so early and stuff, they almost get lost because they're so young.
Right, you get lost in the sauce.
Draft, and you see them go through all the players, and then they go to the second round, and you see all these dudes, and then you almost never hear about them again. Because they just kind of fall off the radar, and then they don't explode right away. They go back and forth between the G League and like the kid on the Lakers right now, Nick Smith, the guard, right? He's only 21 years old. He's been in the league like 3 years. So, like since he was 19. And it's like he's just starting to develop. I mean, God, man, you're getting thrown to the wolves and then getting like, excommunicated from the league at 21 years old and stuff for some of these dudes. It's like, what?
I mean, that's like even Bronny, right? Bronny only 21, just turned 21.
Yeah, young. They come out of college.
And so a lot of these guys they're considered trash at 21 or 22 because their name has been around for so long.
I mean, it's underdeveloped. It's not necessarily
exactly.
It's like
but now with the way the NIL is, you'll give some guys quite naturally the top ones are going to be one and done pretty much. But you give other guys more time to develop because they're going back to develop.
But that's the uniqueness of the NBA, and because if you're a college basketball senior, then they probably feel like you're not good. You know what I'm saying?
You're too old. You're too old.
Right. The days of Tim Duncan.
Imagine being told you're too old at 22, 23 years old.
Yeah. They figured because if you were good enough, you'd have made the jump for your senior year. So, so the NBA is really they're marketing it to a bunch of underdeveloped players. I remember the days of Tim Duncan, Grant Hill, guys who stayed 4 years.
They stayed at least 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, it was a rarity for a guy to leave early back in.
What I enjoyed about that though is that they came ready though.
Yeah,
when
they
came into the league, they were ready. Even these one and done guys, they're not really ready. They're not making a huge difference.
Look at Jalen.
Okay, I mean, take for instance. Okay, you take a Magic Johnson, right? Magic came out after 2 years, right? But he comes out and changes the dynamic of the game, wins a championship, right? Who has done that recently?
Well, I mean, Magic was a 6'9",
right? But I'm saying,
he was a unicorn.
years after that, who has had that name come out of college to the pros and really won a chip like that?
Right. What I tell people all the time, this is my argument for why the hype of social media, the talking heads on ESPN who will go unnamed on this podcast, CASAS, right? And here's what I say about that. Kobe Bryant came out of high school, right? And Kobe had to sit for 3 seasons behind Eddie Jones, who was a 4-year college graduate from Temple, first-round draft pick of the Lakers. And Kobe Bryant is
solid player.
As great as he was, fell into the time where he had to wait for a while, and then he became Kobe Bryant after that. Remember, he missed that playoff shot in the playoffs. People was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah,
and he was learning. He was learning and growing, right? But it took him time to develop. This is why I like the purity of baseball. I'm gonna tell you why. 1995, the Yankees are in the ALCS against the Mariners, right? The Ken Griffey series. On the bench, right? September 1 call-ups was Jorge Posada, Derek Jeter, other guys who were sitting there watching, right? When David Cone gave up that walk that ultimately ended up with them losing, the first guy out of that dugout when Cone was coming in was Jeet, right? Watch the video. Those guys had to develop and learn. They had to sit. They don't just throw them to the wolves. Only the elite ones go. Like John mentioned with Magic, he was a unicorn. He's a special case. But with baseball, you have to learn and develop. Even Aaron Judge and all his greatness, when he made the Yankees roster,
he didn't come to the league till he was 25 almost.
Yes, and when he made the roster in 2016, we was like, "Yo, he made the roster." We didn't even think, we was like, "Really, he made it?" Because he had been around in the minors for 3-4 years at that time, but we didn't really believe he was going to be like that. We didn't know. This is what I'm saying. Like, it takes time to develop. You can't let the hype kill the potential, but it does, man. Look at how Shedeur Sanders has played over the last few weeks, right? Yeah, he's had some ups and downs and some bumps, right? But if you ask me, he's probably he's been one of the best rookie quarterbacks that has played this year. He's been more consistent than Jackson Dart over the last 3 years, right? But every time he makes a throw, they have to throw some jab.
Everything he does,
we already know what that's
elevated.
We know what.
Yeah.
And what my whole point to it is that, like, you can't kill these kids, man. You can't kill them. These dudes obviously got talent. They obviously got there for a reason, but you got to give them time to develop, man. Like, you know what I mean, John, if your kids do something, your daughter or whatever, they do something crazy, you don't kill them because you're teaching them so that when they go out in the world, they know better than to kill somebody in the street, right? They're going to make mistakes. They're going to do stuff. They're going to fall down the steps. They're going to argue with each other. They're going to do whatever it is, but you don't kill them because they make mistakes when they're young. Joe Montana was young one time. Steve Young was one time. Tom Brady was young one time.
Oh man, y'all remember when Elway?
Steve Young was sitting.
Elway looked like a bust in his first when he was a rookie.
Yeah. Well, look at can you imagine? Can you imagine somebody going 0-16 their rookie year as the quarterback? Troy Aikman.
Yeah, Troy Aikman said it himself.
0-16.
He's like, "Yo, these young quarterbacks get a raw deal." He goes, "I was terrible. We were terrible my rookie year."
Yeah.
So much so that they drafted Steve Walsh. Remember, and they was like, "Yo,
yeah."
And they thought Steve Walsh might take his job.
Well, and because again, that was a Jimmy Johnson guy from Miami, right?
It's so bad and so misguided today, man. Like I that's the really thing that I think that disappoints me the most is that, like, I watched basketball. I was watching the Laker game late last night, and like just some of the shot selection was terrible. I was like,
terrible.
Why do you think that's good basketball right there?
But the thing is, nobody runs any set plays anymore.
Oh yeah,
NBA.
It's
just pick and roll. Matter of fact, one time Luka Doncic, who gets to the hole, was at the cup, and he kicked it back. I'm like, are you crazy?
But it's 3-pointer is a layup.
LeBron had a lane, and he pulled up from 3 on a fast break.
It's just program.
It's in the mind.
It's just program.
Yeah. It's program.
I beat up on the NBA a lot, so I'm gonna leave them alone. But
I don't know if you guys have seen her, the big center for Iowa State, the girls, right, the women,
huge.
Oh, I love. She can't jump. She's not fast, but boy, she owned that post. Boy, it's a beautiful. If you love post basketball, you got to check her out, boy, because they can't, and she round too. They can't do no. I love watching her play. She get it down low. She kind of remind me of J.R. Reed.
Yeah.
J.R. Reed used to get that ball in the post. Either he getting fouled or he's scoring, one or the other.
Right. Yeah. Sports is something else right now, man. It's almost like it's the Wild West, best of times and worst of times at the same time. Let's put it like that. It's crazy, man. I watch these guys taking those threes sometimes, and I'll be like, yo, my coach his head would explode it. Right. I was like,
well, yeah, because I thought about Caleb Wilson on North Carolina, right? Now, he came down, right, and he went to the hole and he dribbled the ball off his foot out of bounds, right? But he don't come out the game. Dean Smith was coaching. He out the game. He out the game. At least for 30 seconds so he could tell him, get the ball to the guard or whatever. But now they come down, big man come down between them, they trying to break somebody's ankle. Right? I'm like, oh, good God.
Hey, well, real quick, too, I got one more point on the NBA, then we can move to the next topic. Inside the NBA, which is really one of the greatest shows ever on television, right? But now that it's on ESPN, for some reason, what night is it? Is it on Wednesday, Thursday? I can't tell.
They up until Christmas time, they were only doing Wednesday night.
They're gonna ruin it.
And they said
it's already being ruined to me. I don't like it on here.
After January, now I guess they're gonna be on a little more often. But I don't know, because what night is ESPN? Wednesday?
Yeah,
NBC is Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah,
Amazon is Friday.
That's just too much, man.
Yeah,
too much. I like Inside the NBA on TNT Thursday night. I knew when it was on. I stayed up till 2 a.m. sometimes just to watch.
Just to watch them.
Yeah.
But man, I can't do it, man. I don't know what it is.
That dollar, man. That all.
What that? Yeah, that dollar. Because even with the TV hookup that we have, we will not tell the folks on the podcast. But it's like it's there, but yeah, it's still scrambled. You know what I mean?
It's not the same. It's not the same, bro. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, I'll move on. The money talks. Walt Disney. Just put it like that.
Yeah, I mean that's typically what happens when you put bean counters and people who are interested in profit as opposed to the sport.
Yeah, that's even with the NFL, right?
It's that bottom line, bro. That's
Christmas game on Netflix, and
I'm gonna tell you, what I'll give you. And this is non-sports related. That's the same thing that's happening to this iPhone. I remember back in the days of Steve Jobs when you had innovation on top of innovation, and and it was this new feature and that. Now they're just cookie cutter profit machines. When you put bean instead,
and even like saying with the phone is, why go out and buy the latest version when I can download the latest download and have the same option?
Yeah, it's right? like. Ain't no difference between this and the 12, and this is a 16.
Right. Until they, and at some point they cut off who's able to get the new download, so.
But that's what ruins everything. The profit motive is ruining college football, is ruining the NBA, is ruining technology. Yeah. It's just anytime when the love, and I ain't
show me the money.
But that love of money is the root of all evil, man. People will kill
my
their
goodness,
mama
come on.
for money.
Come on, Pastor.
You know what I'm saying? So it takes away the purity of the game. I was watching, I can't remember what game. I'm like, I'm sure you threw this game. My eyes was like, this what's these gambling sites?
FanDuel and
FanDuel and all of these things, man. It's just
it takes it. I'm so happy that I never became a sports guy.
I've never been a fantasy league guy. I love sports because I love sports, not because this player, this draft pick got 150 rushing yards today, so I'm like, dog. I watch sports because I love the game.
Yeah, the fantasy league I was in is I was the number one team all season, right? I get to the playoff. Josh Allen had his worst game. I think was it Pittsburgh? They shut him down literally to nothing. I lose. I'm number one seed. I lost in the first round of the playoff. I end up being third, but I lost to the 6th seed because of Josh Allen.
Takes all the fun out of me.
You can't even enjoy the game because the team because your player lost. And, you know what I'm saying? You can't even enjoy the game.
I mean, I had Josh Allen and Christian McCaffrey. Those are guaranteed big points. Josh didn't show up.
My brother-in-law Donnie is a Miami Hurricanes fan, has been for as long as I've known him, over 34 years, right? He said, Rod, I love Miami, but I might put 100 on Ohio State just to ease the pain if they lose.
See what I'm saying? You can't even root for it. You can't even. This FanDuel and stuff got you rooting against the team you grew up rooting for. Ain't that crazy?
Yes. I was
crazy.
Like, he told me that
because you got that one guy. You got that one guy from that team. You need him.
Yo, he told me, he was like, Rob, I might put 100 on Ohio State just to ease the pain if Miami lose. I said,
parlay and this.
Hey, so I had what's his name as my tight end, and he got hurt. I had Laporta, right? I'm like, I got the Lions tight end Laporta because the last few years he was an integral part of the offense.
He was,
but that was under Ben Johnson.
Right.
Ben Johnson goes away.
Not the same
he did nothing this year.
Not the same. Not just Laporta.
Listen, I had Laporta and Travis Kelce for my tight end.
Wow, and you struck out twice.
And both of them did. Listen, I'm like, I got this made, right? Man, I think Kelce had one good game.
You struck out twice, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
then I had what's his name too?
Who's that?
I had Montgomery, and they phased him out the offense pretty much this year too.
David Montgomery, yeah, he's a highly paid backup running back now. But Jahmyr Gibbs didn't even. Don't get me started. We'll have to say the Lions for
next week. We're NFL talk after this weekend.
Yeah, I have to leave.
Today you've got you got the Niners and the Seahawks playing today.
Yep.
And what's the first game? All playoff.
That's the battle for the
NFC West.
The Niners
listen. Hats off to the Niners. They get on my nerves, but if anybody could have threw in the towel and said, we're injury. They stayed afloat. They've won 12 games.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan ain't no joke, man.
Shanahan's a good coach.
Coach, their defense is they're just like Georgia. They can score all day long. They can't stop nobody. I mean, they can't stop nobody.
But really, that's kind of a normal thing nowadays. These teams can, nobody really had shut down defense.
I think they want offense. I think they feel like offense sells. So
I think the only team that really had shut down defense was Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And don't let me get started on my Steelers, man. I already got over the pain. We blew it. We had a chance to finish the Ravens by beating the Browns. We should have never lost that game. DK Metcalf ain't really like that. He's the reason we lost that game. You go and you punch a fan in Detroit, get suspended for 2 games. Now we can't score more than 6 points against the Browns.
And now it comes to it's for the division this week.
And a playoff spot, because if we lose, we out altogether.
And
all together.
Are you in Baltimore
whoever wins is in, the loser goes home.
In Pittsburgh Sunday night.
At 9-7. That's the record, too.
They gotta win
9-7.
They gotta win that game.
Not even winning 10 games.
Yeah, we had a chance to finish them, man. We lost 10-6 to the Browns, bro. Right? 10-6.
Yeah.
But
I was like, come on, man.
I think the league is happy because now it's a winner take all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and that makes you wonder with all this FanDuel stuff.
Yeah, it makes you wonder because did they really lose that game to Cleveland, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I hate
because again, it's the league who has added the extra game, right?
Yep.
And
17 games.
Most of the times, even when they were playing 16, the last game they were your playoff secure, seeds all set. They set their starters, but now the league is like, no, we got to do something to make this interesting. This extra week that we got,
and it don't get no more interesting than tomorrow Sunday night. Winner take all division, win or go home. It's the ultimate win or go home.
Even with the NBA, right? You hear them talking about, they're 1 through 6. Oh, right now they're in the play-in position.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they talked about the play-in? It was only supposed to be a 2-year. It was supposed to be a 2-year trial. It's here to stay.
Oh, it's here to stay. Yeah, that play-in is here to stay. It's here to stay.
I'm just gonna enjoy the games. Good luck to the Niners today. Brock Purdy's gonna go to work. They can't stop nobody. And then I'll re-root for my Steelers tomorrow night. Man, I was so hurt though. I was like, bro, we had a chance to finish Baltimore. Finish them. Could have been done. All we gotta do is beat the. Don't get me started.
Beat the. Listen,
I'm gonna say it here though. I'm gonna say it today. If I'm Baltimore, I like Lamar, but Lamar is injured this year. He's not 100%. You roll Hundley back out there, give Henry the ball, and let them do it for you. If Lamar plays tomorrow, Pittsburgh's gonna win.
Well, listen, I'm gonna say this. I know we up against the clock, but I'm gonna say this. Josh Allen. If you don't win the Super Bowl this year,
you ain't doing it.
Your three biggest nemesis, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and I mean, depending on what Lamar Jackson does but all of them could potentially be out of the playoff. He'll never have a clearer path to the Super Bowl than he will this year. He better get it done. He better get it done.
His defense won a defense that can't stop us leaking for
us. But I don't care. Then score more points.
Yeah.
Score more points.
Like 49ers.
And you talk about only 2 weapons on offense, him and Cooks. I mean, come on, people.
Listen.
Ridiculous.
Get it done. Your biggest roadblocks to the Super Bowl have been Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Get it done.
Yeah.
I say this, man. I like the Niners' chances of going to the Super Bowl because they're playing at home.
We lost your video. We hear you, but we don't see you.
You tap your camera button. Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
Now we ain't got the audio.
All right.
Yeah. Well, no dead air. But there he is.
Yeah, so it is opportunity time. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy the games. And we'll see you next week, Lord willing. All right. We love you.
I have nothing to play for, but hey, you know.
Just enjoy.
Go Niners, go Steelers.
Hey, are the Tigers still? They still thinking about trading Scoble? I want
I don't, bro.
Yo, if they trade Scoble, y'all ought to raid Detroit downtown.
If I'm telling you, if they let that man get out of town, if they let that man, the most dominant pitcher the last 3 years, if they don't sign him, I'm telling you, it's going to be you know what to pay if they don't get this deal done.
You know, I'll say this. Last summer, I was looking for. I would keep up with when Scobo was supposed to pitch because that kid was worth watching.
Dude, they pulled him in the 6th inning
nice.
against the Mariners. Ooh. If they would have let him go, look, this is your last game. It's game 7, season on the line. Empty the clip. You pull him after 6 innings? The way he was dealing, his last pitch was 99 miles an hour. It ain't like he was showing signs of slowing down. And we had a 1-point lead. You trust that shaky bullpen
instead of score
to hold a 1-point lead for 3 innings? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that. Jesus Christ, don't get me started.
Yeah. And you think about it. They go to the bullpen, whereas the Dodgers had their boy warming up because he was dealing during the play.
Bro, you give Scoobel a lead, you have to let him protect it. There's no way in the world that bullpen was going to protect a 1-point
analytic
lead.
Manager. Analytics.
A 1-run lead.
Analytics.
Don't get me started about baseball. I have to do that another week.
Bro. You turned that shaky bullpen of ours, and y'all expected them to protect a 1-run lead for 3 innings. Are you kidding me? With the season on the line, game 7. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Spring training.
What game was it recently football where they went? Oh, the Buffalo game, right? Last week where they went for the 2-point conversion instead of going for the overtime, right?
He got Dan Campbell-itis. That's the sign of
Dan Campbell-itis. He done started a new trend.
Dan Campbell-itis.
Campbell-itis. Let's go for it on 4th down.
I mean, I'm cool with sometimes, but sometimes I'll be like, Dan, just kick the darn field. He did that against the 49ers the 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm like, bro,
hit the
field goal. Take the point.
Yeah. Take the point. Go to overtime. Do something.
Mike Tomlin has that.
I love Dan Campbell.
Mike Tomlin has that problem sometimes too. We'll see what happens, man.
All right, well, guys, it's good talking to you again here on Sports Chat. We love you out there. Facebook, YouTube, we love you. We'll see you again on next Saturday. God bless you.
Peace.
Peace.